Well. Manchester United and Arsenal, all of a sudden, not so mediocre. Is it, Craig Forrest?
Not at all. You know, it's interesting, isn't it? I was just thinking to myself how football changes so quickly, doom and gloom to two sides coming into this match in great form. Very difficult to pick. The commentators were talking about that. Trying to pick a winner in this one was difficult coming in. And I thought both sides have shown some spirit, certainly. And a good look, I think, by, Ronaldo getting on his feet is something... I think that's a good thing. Like, you know what I mean? If that club he's stuck with the Manchester United, they're stuck with him. He's got to show, and I think that's a good public display of support for the squad. I really liked it. Yeah,
for sure. No, good point. I mean, it's impossible, right, Don, to look at the team sheet and not look for Ronaldo's name first. And when you don't see it in the big, bold names of the 11, you immediately think it's going to be a story, either him petulant on the sidelines, and the cameras are always going to be on him. But you're starting to see some new faces, and maybe start to see why Erik ten Hag doesn't see Cristiano Ronaldo as a regular starter here. Antony looked pretty damn good.
Yeah, didn't he? He did look good. It was a nice finish too, but it opened up for him. But a good run, good timing, terrific finish. So on a debut like that, you can't dream for anything more than that. That's what they need. So they needed some confidence, and that's going to put him in really good stead in the future. And that's an awesome start for a man from him.
Yeah, honestly, if you're a Manchester United fan, you got to be excited. If you're a fan of Jimmy Brennan or James Sharman, you might be disappointed that you're looking at just me, Brennan Dunlop, and Craig Forrest. But thanks to all of you that are in the YouTube chat already. I see plenty of you. Unborn Nameless, Tires and Craig. Woo. Tires was one of my original nicknames from the Footy Show, buddy. Might have to bring that back, eh? Dunlop Tires. I've never had Dunlop Tires, believe it or not. They never fit my car. That was too expensive. Never had them.
You got to buy a car around the tires.
I guess so. Maybe the next purchase. But shout out to Doug Simonite, Alan Scholes, and Dylan, who are regularly in here, and anyone else who enjoyed those first 45 minutes. Because as I said off the top there, and they mentioned in the broadcast too, the last couple of seasons, this marquee matchup, it kind of been mediocre. But Arsenal come into this perfect. They strike first, although that was called off. That 11th minute goal from Gabriel Martinelli. Disallowed after they went to the VAR check and saw that Ødegaard's foul on Eriksen at the halfway line was worthy of having stopped the play and not allowing the counterattack. But I mean, the way Arsenal finished that off, they show how bloody dangerous that they can be. And I think that Arsenal's unlucky to be behind it after 45 minutes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, they'll feel a little bit hard done by, and not from that goal. I think that the actual VAR check, I think it was a foul on Eriksen at the end of the day. Unfortunately, and VAR hasn't been at the top of my list of favorites this weekend after that West Ham Chelsea match. But there you go.
Yeah, honestly, I'm looking forward to that. We're going to make the people wait for that, though. Normally, we record our This Just In post-match show on Sunday, or weekend recap show on Sunday, but we're going to do it Monday morning to fit in Toronto FC, who play CF Montreal tonight in the 401 derby. Really is derby weekend. Right? I don't know if you caught any of the Milan derby yesterday, but that was insane. Nice derby weekend.
Yeah, great derby weekend. I didn't actually catch any of that, but a big match. Yeah, I mean, it's a big match for Montreal because they're pushing right at the top, and then Toronto FC, really, it's a must-win.
It is.
They've only got one more home game after this, so it's going to be a difficult task if they don't get 3 points against Montreal.
It is must-win for TFC tonight, absolutely. Yeah. Do you think that Erik ten Hag and Manchester United looked at this as being a must-win scenario for them? Because I think a draw. No one would fault them for a draw. No one has beaten Arsenal. But I feel as though just with the new additions and the situation that they're in, that it's that compounded pressure that's very unfair at United in general that makes every kind of marquee matchup feel like we need this more than them. You better get it done.
Yeah, and a must win. I think I think from him, he's looking for performance. I mean, obviously 3 points are very important, but that kind of looks after itself most of the time when you put in the performance. So he's looking for improvement all the time, and he's seeing that. And on top of that, they got a 1-0 lead at the half. So that's what he's looking for. You're looking for improvement, steps forward instead of step backwards that we've seen many times over the last few years.
What do you think? What do you think Mikel Arteta is saying in the change room at halftime? Because one of the adjustments that seemed to be at fault for the goal was Zinchenko coming in on that left side. Zinchenko came in to pressure Rashford and add to that. and Rashford perfectly placed the ball out to Antony, who was wide open, got it on his preferred left foot, and put it past the keeper.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's going to change anything so much right away, Arteta. I think that the balance is pretty good overall. Like you said, I thought that they were a little bit unfortunate to be down a goal. So they haven't a threat, that's for sure. They even have a little bit of a backbone now that we haven't seen for years. So I think there'll be positive coming out in the second half. It's not the Arsenal of old. I really feel that they do have that ability to get back into this game. There's no question about that. But Manchester United are going to feel pretty good too that they can nick a goal, because knowing Arsenal are going to have to come out.
Arsenal had the bulk of possession. It was only 54%, but they had 8 shot attempts. And forced De Gea to make one big save there, Martinelli. And then I love that Gabriel Jesus went for the spectacular bicycle kick. Just put a little pressure on the defensive core around him anyway.
Yeah. It'd be nice to De Gea to see him, have a string of games because you see talk about him not being all that confident at the moment. And he's shown signs of that this year for sure. But we know he's a top drawer goalkeeper. So we just got to get that consistency back, and he'll bounce this off. It's water off a duck's back for him. He's gone through these situations before. So I have no doubt that he's going to be back, or is back, to his best.
Yeah, no, it seems that there does seem to be, though, a different vibe, right? Like you could see that energy rise. That it was almost a release when Antony scored. Obviously, excitement, don't get me wrong, but from the rest of the team. And Arsenal, too, right, have a really good record of after they concede, equalizing or finding a goal within 8 minutes. And they got to the half without scoring. So United got to feel pretty successful there.
Yeah, and nice to see, if you're a United fan, that atmosphere in Old Trafford. It was a buzz around that place that we haven't seen for a while, and a real confidence about them too, enjoying what they're seeing.
I see a comment here from Doug Simonite. Says,
"Hey Doug,
he's pulling a me. He's got one eye on the game and one eye on the F1 race." Doug, I'm not going to spoil it, but the F1 race was this morning. Are you pulling a Jimmy Brennan here? You watching on delay?
Don't be a spoiler. Don't be a spoiler.
No, I'm not gonna do it. But yes, good one. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I look at I look down that bench and I wonder how long before he brings Casemiro in, because
on the
hour mark, you think?
Yeah.
He made a comment pre-match. I don't know if you saw it. I think I had tweeted it, that when asked, Anthony's walks right in the starting lineup, and Casemiro seemed fit. We saw him in the last game, seems ready. And he was very quick to say, Anthony knows how I play. Casemiro's still learning how we do things here, which I thought was very interesting. Direct, and you can say maybe that's down to language or which, but I was surprised that he'd said that about someone like Casemiro.
It's pretty vague, though, isn't it? You could read an awful lot into that.
You can. Yeah, no, you can.
Yeah.
But I still think that, I don't know. I just think that he'd also backed it up immediately, though, by saying that Scott McTominay, Fred McTominay put the two together. See, they're so similar.
Fred and McTominay would probably be a decent player.
He'd said that McTominay had been playing amazing. I think his quote was, Scott hasn't done anything wrong. So I'm sure they've had a conversation that it's coming. Like, hey, Scott, you got two games. Okay, 2 games, play your best, and I'll try and get you in 30 minutes a game, and we'll keep it nice for you. But yeah, Casemiro's coming in and taking over. Like, Casemiro's the type of player that Arsenal have been chasing, right? That old midfield destroyer, which I think now that they've kind of abandoned that, and with Ødegaard and this mix that they have in the midfield now, the way that the center backs are involved more in that midfield, clogging things up, I feel like they don't need that traditional destroyer that they've been searching for the whole time.
No, the balance of Arsenal right now really is coming together. I think it's with Arteta's plan is certainly looking good, and they've got that extra little bit of spice up top. And Jesus is exciting to watch, and he's always going to be trouble for anybody.
Alan Scholes thinks that CR7 is going to come on for Rashford at the hour mark. I think he'll come on for Rashford, but I don't know if he'll get half an hour. Maybe 15 minutes.
Depends what the score is. If Man United get a goal and nick another one, maybe. I don't think you'll see. Yeah, I don't know if you get a half an hour.
What do you think of Gabriel Martinelli? He had that chance there that forced a big stop from De Gea, and he's just looked on it. Like, to me, he's been more impressive than Jesus. Maybe because I expected Jesus to kind of play to that level. Now having the opportunity to be the guy,
True.
Martinelli has impressed me more.
Yeah, no, he's been really good, and I think the two of them. I mean, it just we talk about players even in Major League Soccer trying to see, raising the profile, raising the ability and sort of the team, the players around them. You get a couple of them, and you get the feed off each other, and you learn off each other too. And I think Arteta's done a great job as far as their movement goes, and tracking back and playing off the ball. It's really good to see.
Someone had tweeted earlier that after that Brighton match, which ended 5-2 in the end, I lost track. Ended 5-2. Yeah, Brighton are the most entertaining side to watch in the Premier League this season. I definitely put them on the podium, but I've been saying for a few weeks, like, I have to be watching Arsenal.
Yeah, and that's true. That's true. I mean, Brighton's certainly up there, and it's kind of a bit of a surprise because they lost two very important players, and they're playing well, and. You know what? And then on the other side of it, Leicester look hobbled. They absolutely look a destroyed unit already.
They do.
Their ownership is struggling. They haven't got the finances, and I think Thailand has struggled financially after COVID. I think it's affected the ownership. So, they talk about sustainable success at Leicester City. Well, you can't keep selling your best players year after year and expect to be, into the Champions League. And they also spent an awful lot of money after they won the league, trying to stay in that top echelon. And I think they overspent for the budget that they had, and they now find themselves in a difficult position. I feel for Brendan Rodgers. He looks like a beaten down man, which isn't the guy you really want moving forward. So I see the end of his tenure coming very, very quickly. I don't think he's going to resign because he wants to be paid up, but he's just sitting there waiting to be sacked at the moment.
Well, I'm interested to see what the odds are for him to be sacked next by the time we do the show Monday morning. That'll be our next full podcast, but we'll come up after full-time here, at full-time, I should say, in 45 minutes time to bring you the recap of Manchester United and Arsenal as they're just about to take the pitch again. Do you know that Gabby Jesus has not scored in 11 games against Manchester United? They are the only Premier League club that he has not scored multiple times against.
Yeah, so he's going to get one in the second half.
I think so too. I'm not going to pull a Sharman though.
No, that is amazing though, actually, isn't it? That is quite some statistic.
You know what else is quite something? Let's see the players come out here. These LAFC shirts that Arsenal wear. I love this kit.
It is good. Nice looking kit.
Good looking strip, right?
Yeah.
Something about black away strips when you don't have any black featured in your home strip, and you come out with a solid multi-layered black away strip. Most of them are pretty good.
I think players like it too.
Players like the look of it. Players want to look
cool.
cool.
Playing in black has always been something I liked.
Did you get much of a preference with your kit choice?
No, we got absolutely zero. No, no matter how ugly it is, and people sort of think that, well, you're wearing it, you have a choice of what goalkeeper jerseys are going to be worn. No, zero.
I kind of did think that you may have had a choice because you do have more options, right? What did you have, like 5 in a season, or just 3?
What, 5 different ones?
Yeah.
No, 3.
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you generally use only 2. Like we had this one here, West Ham. We use this one mostly, and then we had a dark blue one, actually a really deep dark blue one, which is pretty nice too.
Did you give me a final score prediction here? What we're going to be talking about? 45 minutes.
2-1 United.
I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal, buddy.
Ooh.
How about that? So they're kicking off. So make sure you join us again on the Footy Prime Twitter account, which is Footy_Prime. Follow us and give us a like. Start retweeting our stuff, please and thank you very much so. And subscribe to our YouTube channel if you've not done so already. We'll be back here then at full time.
We've been lucky. We've had some good Sunday games, haven't we?
We've had some good Sunday games.
Crackers.
And, I'm really lucky that you were free to join me, buddy.
Always.
Premier Leaguer, to break this down. We'll talk to you at full time.